You might be self-sabotaging yourself and you don't even know it. Hey everyone, it's Tiffy. Welcome back to my kitchen diaries. Today we are going to be talking about baby steps and how you might be self-sabotaging yourself by not doing these things. But we are in my studio today because the quality sounds so much better and crispy. We've already made 2 cakes for today's video, so let's get into it. I was thinking a lot about this while I was making these cakes and was thinking about how far I have come as a cake decorator, which is crazy to say. It's not something that I ever planned to be. It's just something that I leaned into because I was so interested in it. But anyways, I remember decorating my first cake. I believe it was a grimace cake. There's a video out there somewhere about it. But I remember thinking, man, this is harder than it looks. I'm really bad at this. But from that moment forward, I had a goal of wanting to learn how to decorate cakes. And sometimes I know that I can't be the only one who does this. I know there are a ton of you out there who do this as well. But when you have a goal, sometimes you get so excited about it. You're so gung-ho and you pour everything that you have into that one goal, especially around the New Year's when we're making our New Year's resolutions. And about this time, we're the 20th of January as of recording this video. Sometimes you start to fall off of your goals and sometimes we start missing our commitments that we committed to. Things get a little bit rocky. We could apply this to cake making. We could apply this to, a goal of losing weight or eating healthy. But I feel like there's this sort of magic in the air, especially in the beginning of the year, just because everyone has that fresh start. And I wish that we could apply that fresh start throughout the year, which I'll get to a little bit later about what I'm doing for my goals this year and how I'm approaching them. But sometimes you miss those commitments that you've made to yourself and you start to fall a little bit off track. And then a day or two goes by and you find yourself still not having worked on that goal that you were just so excited for. And then you just kind of feel a little bit disappointed in yourself that you didn't stick to that goal. And then that trust that you have with yourself just deteriorates. And then it starts to affect a lot of things that you do in your day-to-day. And I feel like I'm going off on a tangent, but this is all going to make sense, I promise. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are not a failure and that falling off of your goal is completely normal. What really matters is how you react after you've fallen off. Do you continuously go into this downward spiral of emotions and negativity and not doing anything about that goal? Or do you get right back on track and just pick up right where you left off? Because that says a lot about character, is getting back on that horse when you've fallen off. I never really liked that analogy of falling off and getting back on the horse, but anyways, not only is it really important to get back on that horse, but I think what's really important also is learning how to adjust and evaluate and kind of rework the framework of your goals. Sometimes we just set ourselves up for failure by setting these unattainable goals that are just completely unrealistic. The way that we can attack our goals this year and that I am actually applying this year is baby steps. I like to think of it as climbing a mountain. I love this analogy. And I thought of this just randomly because I saw that this guy climbed Mount Everest and skied down it without oxygen. Super random. But I saw in the video that when someone climbs Mount Everest, they don't just have that goal from bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain, right? That seems so unattainable. That would be just like your mind would play so many tricks on you to try to tell you that you can't do it because that mountain is too high to climb. And the way that mountain climbers actually climb these giant mountains is that they have tiny goals that are spread out across the mountain. They have base camps, they have different campsites that they reach. So their focus is not to reach the top of the mountain, it's to reach the next goal, and then the next goal, and then the next goal. And then eventually, before they know it, they're at the top of the mountain and they've done it. They've climbed this seemingly impossible mountain and have reached their goal, which is how you should be approaching your goals in everyday life. Whether it's, for me, one of my goals is to illustrate a book. That thought to me is daunting. I'm scared just thinking about it. I'm quivering in my boots and I'm not even wearing boots. So you get the picture. So in order to attain these mountainous goals that seem like Mount Everest to climb. We're putting tiny little goals in between that we can work towards every single week and just breaking it down, deconstructing it, and say you do fall off. Getting back on and continuing doesn't seem as daunting when you have these smaller goals to achieve. A lot of the times we are setting ourselves up for failure by trying to achieve these unattainable goals that our brain is literally trying to do anything it can to stop us. So I know some of you may know this already, but we as humans are not wired for change. We love to be cozied up in our comfy little spaces, doing our day to day. It is in our DNA. It's in our instinct to survive. So whenever you have something that you want to achieve and you get that like icky feeling, for me, it's a sense of resistance. Like my brain is just very uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable about doing it. I try to make up excuses, whether it's like I'm sick or I'm on my period this week or I didn't get good enough sleep last night. Trying to continue and make excuses to not push ourselves through is kind of the pattern that we fall into. But I want you, now that you're aware of it, you are going to have this goal that you want to do or something that you want to learn or whatever it is. When you feel that feeling of discomfort and resistance, the best thing that you can do is to know that you're on the right path. That feeling should be an indicator of I am doing the right thing. I am pushing myself forward. You should want to feel uncomfortable, because if you're comfortable, you'll get a little too comfortable and then you won't have any forward progression. There won't be any sort of growth. That discomfort feeling is your mind trying to keep you in your cozy little nook. So by setting ourselves with these baby steps of goals, we are kind of tricking our minds into not climbing the highest mountain. We're just climbing a little hill. We just got to get to the next hill and the next hill and the next and the next and the next. Now, if you follow me from this channel and you've come over from my gaming channel, which I actually started before this one, then you'll know that I'm a big gamer into a lot of video games. And I figured out what works for me is gamifying stuff and trying to relate it to a video game. Okay, call me nerdy, whatever. But I like to call these little goals checkpoints. So we got our checkpoints, and this may vary depending on your personality type, but for me personally, I love to have checklists. I don't know, it just makes me feel like I am making progress on something when I have something to do and I just go through my checklist, check it off. It makes me feel so good at the end of the day. I have a checklist that I check off every single day at the end of the day. And then we have our little evaluation that I got at the end of the week. So, and then we have an end of the month evaluation. So honestly, I think for me personally, having these little checkpoints and little checkups on myself to kind of adjust and check in with myself to see how I'm feeling, because I have a really bad tendency to just work a lot. And so now that I have a family and a son, I have to be more aware with my time, and I value time so much more. It's really important for me to make sure that I am spending my time throughout the day, not on just one project, just focusing on that one thing, because that is a way for you to easily get burnt out. So I have at least 3 different projects that I'm working on during Q1, because rather than having goals for the entire year, it's just easier to have these quarterly goals that are going to get me to that mountaintop, if you get what I'm saying. While I'm recording this video, that one song just keeps coming to my head. Baby steps. Use that song as a reminder for you to achieve your goals. Also, the story about the hare and the tortoise. We all know this one. It's with the race, and the turtle is slow and steady. The rabbit is so fast, but he ends up losing because he was messing around. Who knows what he was doing? I don't know what the rabbit was doing. But anyways, the moral of that story, and it applies to baby steps, is slow and steady win the race. Slow and steady. I'll repeat it for those in the back. Slow and steady win the race. Consistency is key to success in a lot of different things. Small baby steps every single day. If you fall off, that's okay. Just get right back on. Keep on going. Keep on moving. Whatever your goals are, you can do them. You can achieve them. Just stay consistent, keep yourself accountable, keep track of your progress, take notes every single night if that's what you need to do, because that's what I need to do in order to keep myself accountable and just to see it visually, since I'm such a visual person. I believe in you and I am so excited for you to achieve your goal. Let me know what your goal is in the comment section below and what it is that you're working towards this quarter or what you're focusing on right now. Here's how both of the cakes turned out. They were so delicious. My favorite was the lemon cake. And I just wanted to say what an honor it was to be able to make both my mom and my brother's milestone birthday cakes. While I was decorating each individual cake, I was literally just thinking about them the entire time and how much I appreciate them and all that they have done for me, and just really they're the reason why I'm the person I am today. So I just wanted to say a quick happy birthday to my mom and to my brother. I love you both so much and I am so grateful to have you in my life. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's baby steps episode. If you did, leave a like on the video and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.